I only have one gear, which is passionate. Maybe it's nice to have other gears, I don't know, I don't have other gears. And I just don't see the point of doing anything I'm not passionate about.
She lived in this neighborhood. She was part of this neighborhood. She walked in this neighborhood all over the place and was able to communicate and talk with people on any level. It did not matter. She wasn't just the director, the CEO of the downtown Eastside Neighborhood House. She was your next door neighbor. She was somebody that would be your friend, that is your friend, that you can trust, that you can feel respected by. And all of that is really important for people in this area.
There's 18,000 people, approximately, according to the City of Vancouver census, in that neighborhood. 12,000 of whom are nutritionally vulnerable, what other people call food insecure. About 780 people are homeless still, and 5,000 people are underhoused. They live, for the most part, in single-room occupancy hotels, what are called SROs. If you're one of the 5,000 people living in those SROs in the downtown east side, you're constantly in a position where you're having to ask another human being for everything you need. So it's like, can I use the phone? Can I have a coffee? Do you have a Band-Aid? Do you have any clothing? Clothing's a big thing, right? Do you have any rubber boots pouring outside? When you're materially poor, that's your obligation. And it's soul-crushing.
There's one thing about Joyce is she doesn't like to be in one system. She's definitely always thinking of more and more and bigger and where else we can go. That also translates totally to the leadership aspect of the award. Joyce has great leadership qualities. She's really a striking person. So from the moment that you meet her, she'll captivate you with what she's saying and will speak her mind in a way that's really inspiring to a lot of people.
Food is a determinant of health, and everyone needs to eat. So no matter how humble the repast, we can start conversations, because that's what community building is, to start conversations with people around both sharing food and around the subject of food. And there would have not and could not have been a Downtown Eastside Kitchen Tables project in partnership with Potluck Cafe Society if there had not been the Downtown Eastside Neighborhood House we put food and the right to food as our core community building vehicle.
Joyce Rock a cofondé le Downtown Eastside Neighborhood House, un organisme communautaire qui, tout en préservant la dignité de chacun, tente de trouver des solutions à la sous-alimentation de la majeure partie des résidents du quartier.
Il y a à peu près 13 000 visites par année dans ce lieu et un peu plus que 8 000 personnes du quartier qui viennent plus qu'un programme au Neighborhood House.
Ça fait 33 ans que je vis ici dans la ville. Un matin, je m'ai réveillé. Suite que j'ai pensé de se placer ici, ça me donne un choix. Je peux venir m'asseoir, avoir un café, penser, manger du bon manger. Ça va changer ma journée. Il y a du bon monde ici. Il y a beaucoup de monde qui sont perdus, puis c'est des places comme ça qui aident le monde à le trouver.
I was meeting up more often with Heather O'Hara, who's the executive director of Potluck Cafe Society. And Heather and I realized very soon thereafter that we had the same yearning to put together a project that would reform food not just within our organization's walls, but across the downtown east side. There was an announcement from the Public Health Agency of Canada saying that they were going to fund 5 community-led food action plans across the country. And we thought, we're going to try for it. So that was the beginning of Kitchen Tables.
Joyce's message from and about the community and about the problems that we assign to particular places is a really powerful corrective to conventional thinking. And that has been profoundly influencing my own thinking around some of the issues around health equity, environmental justice that I do, in terms of shifting the way we think about problems and capacities and redirecting the problem to, let's just say, more systemic levels.
The 7 food solutions of the Downtown Eastside Kitchen Table Project were conceived of and determined in the fall of 2009 by the Downtown Eastside Kitchen Tables, working in collaboration with the 8 stakeholder groups of the project. The focus is to reform, bring systemic change to the procurement, processing, employment surrounding food and distribution of food across the community. And that's why the Kitchen Tables Project has an outreach team that is made up of employed Downtown Eastside residents who do go about the community as Wally Water, Arnie Almond, Tommy Tomato, Rapinder Radish, Bessie Broccoli, and they do food street theater. The street theater team goes to where people are, so they can animate lineups, they can go into the clinic where people are waiting for hours to see people. They write skits based on nutrition and based on the right to food, because it's not just, oh, eat your broccoli, it's your right, your inherent right to food.
Aujourd'hui, ce matin, on a Blender Nutrition, où on remonte à nos voisins, la 5000 donc, qui sont sous-logés et vivent dans les hôtels, que même dans une chambre d'hôtel, on peut avoir, même avec de l'eau du robinet, avec the Humble Blender, on peut faire produire un smoothie délicieux avec les fruits, légumes et tout ça.
I think what makes me a good leader is that I'm irreverent, I'm not obedient, I think everything is possible. The penultimate goal is not to shuffle the furniture or recover the furniture. The penultimate goal is that with the reform of all the seed to compost food in the Downtown East Side, in a number of years, the majority of people now dependent on publicly provided food will be able to use their own money to make their own food choices, to then go to their own housing, adequate housing, and cook their own food, prepare their own food, and eat at their own kitchen table.